Okay, class, this is Help Me. Chapter 3 is driving me crazy. So hopefully this is going to help us figure out how we can get Chapter 3's Lab 2 Wildlife Rescue to work for us. And we have a little helpful friend here, our little inchworm. So here we go. And I guess he's going to either lead us or he's going to follow us. I'm not quite sure. Okay, class, I just went ahead and navigated to C3 in the lab 2, adding links and images for a wildlife rescue, and the instructions, and it can drive you a little bit crazy. I don't know if I can expand that back out again. Yeah, finally I passed it. So the first thing it talks about after it introduces you to what you're doing is it wants you in the template file nest an empty division element within the main element, excuse me. And every time a lot of us tried it, if I gave you those two files, and here are the two files that I sent to you, and you wound up putting them in the workspace folder, okay? Then I discovered that this program is looking for the template file not at this level but at rescue level. So you had to have that as a folder in your path in order for our program here to do our to count it correctly. Because it was out here, it was just basically pretending that it didn't find it. Now, if you work through all of those elements here, you could download those to your local drive, put them in a rescue folder, and I'm thinking that I had to go ahead and make a rescue zip folder and compressed folder, and I put the rescue folder with its two files inside of that. So then I could upload it here. And I'll try to use a dummy format instead of redoing the whole thing here. So this became the problem when we were supposed to do this. So I think they got the cart before the horse when they wanted us to put that division element within the main element, and we were out here and not inside of rescue. And I'll be honest, I haven't been working through all the homework assignments, but number 2 was fairly easy to follow. And so once I got those completed and saved, then I could go get that folder and I could place it in here. So one of the things that I kept trying to do was to grab the folder or a file here and just drag it into that folder. You ought to be able to drag and drop in here. Well, guess what? You cannot. I'm going to try to put it in resources. And you'll see it gives me a path there, but it never moves it. So that wasn't going to be an option for me to be able to get those files into place. Let me go grab, let me grab this screen for a second. Man, I've got things out of the wazoo. I've got so many copies of files and stuff. Make sure that you downloaded all of your data files in the beginning of the chapters where you went in to read a bunch of things on how to use MindTap and the IDE lab and so forth. It had in there how to do this. I really don't need you to do Git right now, so even though they had that open, they recommended that you just, copy it into the correct folder over here, but you have to do it with a zipped folder. So here's where I have the solution at the end of chapter 2, and here were my two files that I created. I've been using a lot of Edge, so all of a sudden that's become the one for it to open, so eventually I'll open them all back in Chrome or Firefox and let it change the icon or change it myself. But these are the two files inside of the rescue folder. That's what it's looking for. And it told me that the best way to get these files in is to create a zipped folder, and I just called it rescue. And all I did, I'm going to open this up so you can see there's the rescue folder inside of that, and there are the two files that we need. So I just kind of backed my way back out of this. Okay, and then what I need to do once I have this zip folder is I just need, and I can drag and drop it. And I really don't want to do it again because I have one called rescue. So if you'll bear with me for half a second, I'm going to go in here and change the name of this zip folder. Actually, I got to change the name of rescue inside of it too. So I'm just going to, oh, yeah, no. Let's see here. May not let me because it's inside of a zip folder. Of course, it won't let you because you're inside of a zip folder. Okay, so let's look at properties. Can I change it there? We're about to find out. No, I'm typing and it's not going anywhere. That's what I thought would happen. Okay, so I've got to go play a little bit further. I'm going to go back to my solution level. And what I will do is just, let's see, is this in a compressed folder? Yes, it is. So what I'm going to do is extract this one. It doesn't act like it's in a compressed folder. Let's see here. So would you let me rename you? Oh, good. I was just going to add rescue-1 on the end of it. Well, it took the whole name off. Rescue, oops, -1. So I'm going to call it that, okay? Now, this will be the wrong name because we already know that it wants it to be called rescue. But I'm just doing this as a demonstration. Now, that means I need to have a zip folder to put rescue-1 in. So what I'm going to do, just let me drag this out of the way for just a moment, making sure I don't have anything named differently. And so I'm going to right click over here in the blank area. I'm going to point it new, and down at the bottom is compressed zip folder. And I'm just going to call that rescue with a capital R -1, and it's going to get the zip in there. So I'm just trying to keep things together so you recognize what goes together. Okay, now rescue-1 and rescue-1 here. One's a zip folder, one is not. All we want to do is click on that and drag it down till it says plus copy on rescue. In this case, it's rescue -1. Your name is supposed to be what I've already told you it is, rescue. Now I'm going to open up rescue-1. There's the rescue-1 folder there, and there are the two files that I had given you, okay? So what I'm going to do here is go back up to rescue-1 zip, actually to solution. And if you don't mind me dragging this down just a little, I'm going to click and drag this folder over here on the file tree. You'll notice it says copy. When you let go of it, it tells you that it successfully uploaded that zip folder. Would you like to extract the files? And in your instructions from the beginning of the semester, it says to do this, extract and delete. And if we look at, remember the zip folder's gone, but if we look at rescue-1, there are the two files. So that's how you get that folder over here with the right name, and that you get your index and your template in this case, so that this will work properly, okay? So in reality, let me I'm hoping I can get rid of this thing now. Let's see, delete to the directory. Yes, I want to do that. And rescue is going to stay the same. But I'm going to get rid of these two. Now, if you had used these and you did all the steps, I would save them because you got your work done, right? Download the template HTML. Well, let me get on the right ones here. If it was this one and this one, download each one individually, and I would put it in a folder for your data files, wherever your data files may be set, wherever you have it, so that you would have those two files. And let me go here and delete that. And let me change the name of this back to what it's supposed to be. So you might create your rescue folder outside of the IDE lab, and you would save those files when you downloaded them into this folder. And then you would create your zip folder and drag that into your zip folder. Then, let me take this down. Come on, there we go. Then we would just drag the rescue zip. Now, I'm not doing it now because it's already there. But you would drag this out to here. It would show you, that it's, that it got the files, and it wants to know if you want to extract the files from that zip folder and remove the zip folder, which I really think is a great thing that it does that for us. And then you're ready to go. You can then try to grade what you've done. So some of you contacted me and said, hey, I got a 0 on this thing. And the only reason we had the 0 was because this particular file, index and template, needed to have the rescue/template.html and the rescue/index.html, whichever one I said, first and second. And then don't forget, it tells you to put your name in here. I changed this to current date and so forth. So make sure you're doing those things because those also count as points. Now, I hope that this part helped you. It certainly did me, and it really came down to, there we go, couldn't get it to move. I really came down to figuring out where is it looking for these files at. And when I discovered that it needed to be in the rescue folder from working chapter 2, then I had my aha moment. I go, yeah, well, that makes sense. Now I'm just going to close that one. And I want to get rid of these two because I don't need them anymore because I didn't work with them. So you can go to that 3 dots and you can delete the file. You can't undo it, so I'm going to say yes, get rid of it. And I'm going to do the same thing with the 3 dots here, delete the file. And so everything's kind of cleaned up now. Now, you have other things to do. I haven't done all the tasks in here. I'm just trying to get it where it's going to let you, get past that first thing. So if you get past the first thing, then we know that you should be able to work correctly with the files that are in the rescue folder to create everything else. I hope this helps you. Sorry that it took me a little bit more time to get it done. There was just so much to do and so much to do today. I am going to create your first exam. I've got to do that. And I may stay here right now and just do that. So once I get that created, I'll let you know when it's available and we'll go from there. I also have to open up chapter 4's assignments. So I need to do that as well. Again, hope this helped you. Hope it works for those of you who were having some hiccups with it. I thoroughly understood your hiccups. I was having them too. That's what I call my boo-boos, is just or not being able to understand what's going on with the software. So hopefully this helps get you there. This is going to have an extension on its due date, and I'm going to try to sit right here right now and get that done for you. Okay? Going to put it to the 15th. I don't want to mess up your Valentine's Day. So good luck with this, and I'll create other videos as I can.